Hi dancers, Jess here. Today I'm going to talk about cleanses once more. So I've talked about this before, but the last time that I talked about it, it was in reference to detoxes and juice cleanses and detox teas and things like that. The sorts of cleanses that actually eliminate most whole food and are based in sort of liquid diets and quick weight loss and things like that. I mean, they're the sorts of things that when you hear about a celebrity doing, they lose 20 pounds in 2 weeks or something crazy like that. They're very extreme and actually nutrient deficient and unhealthy. So that sort of a cleanse or detox is clearly not something that I would ever recommend to you. In order to be dancing and performing at a high level and, feeling energized and healthy and also supporting your muscles and bones and mental health and all of that, you need to be eating lots of healthy, whole, delicious foods. So in terms of anything restrictive or liquid-based or, potentially obviously nutrient deficient, that's not something I would ever recommend to a dancer. However, there is a sort of whole foods cleanse that you could adopt for a period of time in order to get back on track with healthy eating or detox from sugar if you feel like you've been going overboard with sugar, or just like recommit to food prep and meal prep, that sort of a thing. Doing a whole foods based cleanse could definitely help you recommit to healthy eating and making sure that you're getting enough healthy foods in and that you're taking the time to think about your meals and plan meals that are packed with nutrients so that you're feeling energetic and you're feeling vibrant and healthy in dance. So this is actually something that I'm going to be doing at the Whole Dancer in the spring, so in April. And so you'll start to hear more details about it soon, but I'm going to offer a 1-week whole foods based cleanse. It's going to include full meal plan, recipes, calendar, shopping lists, things like that. There will be a group component. We'll have a couple of workshops in this cleanse as well. And it's all about recommitting to whole foods. And so it's going to provide all these recipes for you to make in order to make sure that you're, not going overboard with sugar and things like that. The most important thing to keep in mind if you do something like this is that you have to have a plan coming into it and you have to have a plan going out of it. So you don't want to go into something like this and say to yourself, oh, this is going to be this restrictive, limited diet that I follow for a week and then just start eating junk food again. Rather, if you go into something like this, you want to tackle it as a temporary thing and a recommitment to healthy whole foods, meal planning, cooking, spending time in the kitchen, all of that. Making a good, clear plan around your food. If you have kind of felt too busy to focus on what to eat when, or you have been overwhelmed by your schedule or things like that, this is a good way for you to see how you can meal prep and make sure that you're not, doing recipes or trying to make recipes for yourself that take hours to make or that are super involved. It's keeping things a little bit more simple, but making sure that they're still flavorful so you're enjoying your food, because that's always a key element to any meal plan that I would recommend or, suggest, is that you have to still enjoy it. Anytime something feels like deprivation, it's not going to last. You're not going to be able to stick to it even for 7 days. And it's going to be a lot harder to maintain any results if you felt super deprived the whole time. When you go back to, whatever your previous meal plan was, or once you start eating, with less planning, if you go off the opposite end and you don't feel fully committed to what you're doing throughout whatever detox or cleanse you try, it's going to kind of be wasted time and wasted energy and even wasted money, because, you will have spent more of your resources on healthy food for a while. And then if you go back to the opposite, it's kind of like you just threw that money away a little bit. A lot of times when people talk about like a liquid diet or a juice cleanse or something like that, they say that one of the big benefits is detoxification, or like the actual cleansing of your system. It's important to keep in mind that our bodies naturally detox on their own. Like, we have systems in place like that to help them remove chemicals and toxins as they come in, because obviously too much of that stuff built up is going to lead to illness and poor immune system and all of that. Any detox or cleanse, even a whole foods based one, it's not actually about the detoxification, except that you might be limiting some of those dietary toxins that we do let into our systems more frequently. Like, if you have any kind of a slight allergic response to dairy or gluten or wheat, that's going to create a toxic response or a detoxification response from your body. So it's like, depending on what you're consuming, your personal toxic load is going to vary. If you are eating a lot of sugar, that is something that your body has to detoxify from. One of the doctors that I follow, he says that you should treat sugar as what it is. It's a recreational drug. Arguably, it has that same reaction or that same sort of implication in our bodies. And so it does have to be limited. And so if you have felt like you've been going overboard with sugar, doing a sort of whole foods based cleanse is a great way to move past that or move beyond it. Springtime is a really great time to focus back on healthy eating and whole foods and do like a little bit of a detox from winter. During the colder months, I live in New England, so I especially face this, but in the colder months, we tend to gravitate towards comfort food and, heavier food that makes us feel warm and cozy and maybe reminds us of childhood or something like that. And it's natural during the winter that you might gain some weight because it's colder out and you're eating more comfort food. So all of those things add up, which is a part of why spring is a really nice time to recommit to fresh, whole fruits and vegetables. It's also a nice time because as it gets warmer, we're much more interested in eating fresher food and raw food. In the winter, you tend to gravitate toward more cooked food and, warm dishes, soups, things like that. I do actually include a soup in my spring cleanse, and that's just because it is still a little chilly in some places. So it's kind of like that gradual shift from colder weather to warmer weather. Even with the food, you don't want to flip right around and just start having smoothies every day and be skipping those warmer foods that are still going to be comforting as you're sort of transitioning from colder weather to warmer weather. In a cleanse, you're taking away some of the toxic load for yourself. So like I said, our bodies do naturally detoxify, but by helping yourself out, by eliminating some of the sugar or gluten or allergens or things like that, you're sort of doing your body a little favor and helping its toxic load to be lighter. That's going to allow your metabolism to run more smoothly. It will allow your skin to clear up. Obviously, with any detoxification, there might be a period of time when your skin first breaks out and it's like, that's the toxins coming to the surface. But afterwards, you're left with glowing, vibrant, youthful, clear skin. Brighter eyes, it might result in a few pounds of weight loss if you've not been eating much whole food. But keep in mind, when you're doing something just for a week, weight loss shouldn't be the main goal. I don't really think weight loss should ever be the main goal because we want to be performing with strength and health. So don't ever go into something just for the weight loss component, but keep in mind that that can take you forward in a positive way if weight loss is one of your goals. In addition to the actual food that you're eating, it's really helpful to cleanse your mind and your environment in the spring. And since I'm very big on cleansing those areas and making sure that your home environment is happy and clean and bright, we'll look into that as well in this Whole Dancer Spring Cleanse in April. And what else? Oh, mental cleanse. Yeah, you want to make sure that you're going into things with a positive mindset, no matter what it is. So this spring cleanse is going to launch in April. If you're on the Whole Dancer email list, you'll be the first to hear about it. To join the email list, you can go to thewholedancer.com/tips. If you have any questions about this cleanse, or you'd like to make sure that I reach out to you about it, you can send me an email, jess@thewholedancer.com. Thank you again so much for tuning in. I'm really excited for this spring cleanse from The Whole Dancer, and I can't wait to share more details with you as they come about or as they become available. So be sure to tune in, reach out, join the email list, and I'll be in touch. Yeah, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have not yet subscribed to the Whole Dancer YouTube channel, go ahead and subscribe below. Thank you so much for tuning in once again, and I will be in touch.